Hello everybody, it is I, Helgear, and I want to take this moment to talk about the upcoming event. So, here's the thing. To everyone who's new to Snoopy's Town Tale, I say, welcome to you. This is a good time to start figuring out what you want to do, and welcome to the game. I hope that you guys have plenty of experiences, positive ones, enjoying yourselves, and feel free to ask any questions, not only to myself, but other members of the Snoopy's Town Tale community. So, to everyone who is new, what's the deal with the campfire, as you can see? Well, around this time of the year, the Snoopy's Town Tale game goes through an event called Summer Camp. And that is the talk of the tale here. So, to everyone, the big question is, how do we prepare for it? Who's coming up? And what not? Now, the Snoopy's Town Tale development team is currently in the process of they're preparing for all of the camp events. So, sometime during this coming week, these last couple of days, if not into the next week, there should be an update for the camp event. Who knows? The camp event may just have its update a little later on today. Probably by the time you finish seeing or reading off this, it'll be up in your mobile game stores. Now, what the development team has done is they've shown off to select few what the loading screen for summer camp is going to be like. I'd show you that, but I don't have that propers right now. You know, if I had the shot of the loading screen, I'd show it to you, but I don't, so I can't, and I shan't. I forget how that whole line went. It's an old Winnie the Pooh thing, I believe. Yeah, I use Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop CS5, in case anybody is wondering what's up with the screen. Moving along, here's the thing. One of the issues that players returning to the camp event have is, what items should we start stockpiling? And usually I have a good answer for the community on that one. But right now, with the most recent events being up in the air with certain items that should have been in the events not there, it's a toss-up. But there's one thing I can say. If you're returning to the camp event, one of the things that you've noticed is that Charlie Brown has a tent. And his tent looks like his shirt. And when you tap on that tent, it gives you Charlie Brown's shirt. So, if it's my guess on what you should stockpile, start stockpiling Charlie Brown's t-shirts. There are many ways that you can get his t-shirt, so I say stack those up. Now, the big question on everyone's mind is, well, there are a couple, but the first one is, when is this event going to start? Well, the development team hasn't given a definitive date for that, but you could expect to have at least 2 weeks to complete the event and get that big prize at the end. So I will say this now as an early way. Good luck to all of you. The next thing is, other than the preparing and what items to hoard, is the big one. Who is going to join the cast and crew, if anyone, for Snoopy's Town Tale come summer camp? Now, last year, and I want to make this one perfectly clear. Last year, during camp, Snoopy's Town Tale reintroduced all of us who are used to little folks, but introduced to those who don't know, Peggy Jean. And Peggy Jean was Charlie Brown's summer fling. Yes, he has quite the number of girls who like him. And If they choose to, they being the development team, choose to add a new character, there's a lot of speculation as to who. Some people think that we should get another one of the Woodstock birds, specifically a member of the Beagle Scouts. Others think we should have one of the characters that is usually seen during the summer camp. Now, my guess is Roy. And Roy, to those of you who don't know, is this young boy who Charlie Brown runs into at summer camp and becomes friends with. But the big thing about Roy is he's not a well-known character. However, Roy is a vital character in the universe, because if it's not for him, if it wasn't for Roy, Charlie Brown would have missed out on another character who actually is a major person. To those of you who don't know, and I'm just going to cut to the chase here, Roy introduces Charlie Brown to Peppermint Patty. And I figure if they do choose anyone to add to the game, Roy would be a really good candidate. Again, if it wasn't for Roy, Charlie Brown probably would not have met Peppermint Patty. Now, one thing I say that a lot in my discussions with the community, but one of the arguments to that is, well, Franklin is on the same baseball team as Peppermint Patty, so Franklin could have introduced Charlie Brown to Peppermint. And that's a valid argument. Very valid argument. But let's just keep this one in perspective, though. Would that have happened, had that happened in the mind of Schultz? We'll never know. We can never ask him, or his son or grandson. It would be lovely, but it's all up to speculation. Now, someone mentioned that we should begin stockpiling green paint. And the reason they said that is because there's a particular tint from the old decorations. All of the new players of the game don't know this, but current existing players or seasoned veteran players know this. One of the decors for camp was a tent that gave you green paint. Now, I would like to say that we'll be using that paint again, but for the last couple of events where you'd think we'd be able to use green paint, we haven't. So, again, I say stock up on the Charlie Brown t-shirts. Someone else mentioned pine cones, and if you have the decor for the pine cones, go ahead and stack it. Actually, I wouldn't say that, but a lot of people are doing it. Some people in the community have actually asked how to get pine cones. To those of you who are still asking this and haven't found them in the shop, don't fret. Pine cones are a decoration for summer camp, and again, summer camp is on its way. So, my question to you is, what do you think the theme for summer camp is going to be? Is it going to be a happy summer camp? Is it going to be just an okay summer camp? Is it going to be something like a little bit of romantic, like how it was last year for Charlie Brown and Peggy Jean? Please tell me in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Also, in your thoughts, let me know what you think we should stockpile for the coming camp event. But that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Again, I want to wish everyone who is playing Snoopy's Town Tale the best of luck with the upcoming camp event. I plan on playing this camp event alongside you and giving out any pointers in the community to make this experience easier, however possible. I hope you'll do the same for me. But for now, I'm going to take my goose from the oven because I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. And see you soon at Snoopy Town Tale Camp.